As I go down the nostalgia train of talking about old Revenge of the Fallen 2010 era Scout class figures, we had to talk about Hubcap. Hubcap is one of the absolute best of this era, but I'm not just talking about Hubcap today. No, because if you watch my channel, if you've seen another video, I got a package from AliExpress, and I did already kind of cover this figure in this video, but I wanted to do a direct comparison between the original Scout class Hubcap and my new bootleg Bumblebee that is a direct rip of this mold, and honestly one of the best, most clever bootlegs I have ever seen. One of the best KOs in my collection, honestly. It's a very nicely done figure, and I really just want to do a video directly comparing these for those that, didn't watch that unboxing or want a direct comparison of these figures. So you can see the scale, you can see the difference, and immediately you can see there's quite a size difference. This is an old Scout class, which is kind of comparable to either a small deluxe or a large core class. And this is obviously very large, kind of comparable to a Voyager class with the Bumblebee. And I think the Bumblebee repaint works so well, man. If you see this mold, it just kind of screams Bumblebee in some ways. Hubcap does have ties to Bumblebee in G1. The Hubcap figure was essentially, a Bumblebee. It essentially looked exactly like Bumblebee, very similar. And just kind of seeing this connection continue on with this complete redesign and reimagining of the character of Hubcap, it's pretty great to see this comparison here. They're really fun. They're really fun toys. I love both of these. And even though I had the original Hubcap, I think this new Bumblebee, I say new, but it's been out for a long time, actually. This bootleg Bumblebee is a very fun, unique addition to my Transformers collection. So let's set Bumblebee off to the side a little bit. We'll discuss him second. We need to talk about the OG first, because this guy's just incredible. I love the head sculpt on him, because not only does it look like it could fit in with the movie verse, but also kind of looks like it could fit in with a more G1 style collection, I feel like this character kind of is multi-purpose in some ways, and I really appreciate that about him. He doesn't look strictly Bayverse. He looks, like he could blend in with anything. And in some ways, they have repurposed this iteration of Hubcap for more G1 and universe, with games or comics or whatever. I think they've reused this body for more G1 style Hubcaps, and I think that's pretty cool. The body itself is very nicely proportioned. I really do enjoy it. It does have some, car parts hanging off of him. Like, you can kind of see what's going on here. He's got a lot hanging off of his legs. He's got the entire doors on his arms. He's got a lot, just on his back, on his shoulders. But it's a little Scout class, man. You can kind of forgive it. If you think about it, though, it is one of those Transformers where essentially the whole car is kind of wrapped around the robot, and one of the only things that really transforms is the chest. Like, you can kind of see from this top-down view, you can see how this is going to go, you can see what's going to happen. But this is still a very successful figure, and it's very nicely done. His articulation, he's got a little ball joint at the head, so you can move him around. He's got universal joints at the shoulders, ball joints at the elbows. He's got a hair on his armpit, which I guess he forgot to shave recently. He has ball joints, actually universal joints, my bad, at the hips. Oh my gosh, I thought those were ball joints. That's wild. He does have swivels at the thigh, little hinge there. And it does have some ankle movement too, if you want to move his ankles. So it's very successful. It's a very nicely done figure. Very, very good. I love it, man. I just love it. And I also love it when it's twice the size and yellow and Bumblebee. This thing is great. It's absolutely great. I adore it. If you want this mold, if you want the Hubcap mold, but you don't really want Hubcap, honestly, this bootleg, I got it from AliExpress. It's very nice. It does have a Power of the Prime's Dinobot gun. I don't remember which Dinobot. It doesn't really matter. It's one of the Dinobots. He does have that gun, if you want to have him with that. Me personally, I'll probably have him hold it, but it's not an essential accessory. Kind of surprised they included that anyway. They did modify some of the mold. They did modify it just a little bit to kind of accommodate for the assembly of a figure this large. Like, it doesn't really have screws in the shoulders anymore. There's other little subtle things I hardly even notice that are different. But yeah, you can see it's the same toy, just bigger, It's the same thing but bigger. And I really like that. This is one of the fun bootlegs, where they decided to, take inspiration off a pre-existing mold and turn it into something that Hasbro would never turn it into. And truthfully, I really think they modeled this mold for Bumblebee because they probably saw the feet. And they saw how similar the feet look to the Bumblebee movie Bumblebee design. And they're like, hey, maybe we can turn this into a Bumblebee. That in this old school, early 1900s style car, something about it just works for Bumblebee in a weird way. It's got the hood chest. It's kind of round, kind of cute. It works for Bumblebee. It really, really does. Like, I look at this toy, and if I was told that this toy was a brand new mold for the Bumblebee movie, and this was an official figure, I would believe you. If I didn't have the knowledge I do as a Transformers fan and, knew that this existed already. It's a very nice figure. The assembly's very nice. The quality of the plastic is nice. It's just nicely done. Now, granted, some people, they're not going to like the whole idea that it's, a bootleg. Some people aren't going to like that. But me personally, I can look past it. One difference I can note is that Hubcap has some more smokestack, kind of, some more piping along the side, and they got rid of that for Bumblebee. That is one mold change that I noticed. Other mold changes, very subtle little things that I can hardly notice. They did kind of change how the legs clip together. Just little things here and there, because it's a bootleg. They got to change a few things to make it actually work. It does interestingly have a die-cast bumper, which is fun. His bumper is die-cast metal. If that's something that's important to you, then congratulations. So yeah, let's transform the original one. I want to see the differences on how they transform. So one thing I love with this transformation is how everything just kind of curls up for the hood. That is just so satisfying. And then the legs, too. The legs they fold so quick, so easy. And then you just kind of collapse them and it goes in. It works. It just works. Channeling some Todd Howard energy, it just works. And then you collapse the arms in and you just tab everything in. And before you know it, you've done it. Your little hubcap is transformed. And this alt mode is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Look at this. It's not modeled off after any particular car, but it does take inspiration from certain models of the era. And it works, man. It's such an amazing car. This figure was not easy to get back in the day, and it's kind of still not that easy to get. It is one of the more desirable of the little Revenge of the Fallen era Scout classes. One of my personal favorites. I am going to do a video of my top 10 favorite Scout classes here soon, because I got to, man. But Hubcap is definitely on that list. And this car mode, it's so successful, rolls great, looks great. I love it. And I also love it when it's big and yellow. I love it when it's big and yellow. So, moving this again collapses beautifully. I didn't really show it too well, though, but that Bumblebee head. Let's zoom in on that real quick. That Bumblebee head is very nice. It's probably taken from an official figure. It's probably just a recast. But still, it's very nice. And this just works so well for Bumblebee. It really does. It works so well. And then the legs, they do a very similar thing where they form so quickly. It is easier, it is smoother on the official figure. I will say that. The official figure, the transformation is smoother. That's just because it's smaller, I think. I think its size just helps it. It helps it transform quicker. It helps it be a little more solid. But hey, we can see we're already getting there. We're almost done already with the Bumblebee. Again, it does have some slight little changes. They got rid of a lot of the piping along the side. And I can see how that might bug some people. Some people may be like, oh no, that was such a cool detail. And it was. But look at this, man. This is adorable. This is amazing. This is incredible. It's the same thing but huge and yellow. I love it. They did such a great job translating this toy. They did such a great job. Another little difference I'm noticing right now, I'm guessing that's probably the gas cap. That is absent on Bumblebee, so I guess, good luck fueling on that. I wish they painted this back bumper on the KO, but it's not really necessary. They did such a great job. The original designers and the fine people that have decided to bless our lives with this bootleg, they both roll pretty great. They're both so nice, so round. They're just great toys, man. There is always that moral dilemma of, oh, it's a bootleg. It's, it's unofficial. We don't want to support that. But when they're doing stuff this fun and this original and bringing back molds this great, I can forgive it, man. I support it, actually. I bought this. I bought this, so I support it. I think this is a great toy, and if you want yourself a cool Bumblebee inspired by an early 1900s car, grab it. But me personally, I think the best figure when it comes to just overall quality and ingenuity and originality is still the original Hubcap. I mean, this Bumblebee is standing on the shoulders of a giant here, which is funny because it's, different size. Like this Bumblebee, it only exists because of how great this toy is, so we really have to acknowledge that. I love both of these. I recommend them both, straight up. I seriously recommend both. This Hubcap and this Bumblebee. They are superb, transforming car robot toys, and go grab them. Go grab them. Grab yourself a Hubcap on eBay, grab yourself a Bumblebee on AliExpress, and just have yourself a fun time with some old school looking car transformers. What more can I say, man? I love these guys. Alrighty, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these down in the comments below. Will you be getting any? Will you get Hubcap? Will you grab a Bumblebee off of AliExpress? I mean, I get it if you don't like bootlegs. I get it. Your opinion is valid. But they're fun, man. Some of these bootlegs are just straight up fun. And this Bumblebee is one of the best ones I have gotten in a long, long time. Alrighty, guys. Have a great one. I'll see you in the next video. Special shout out to channel members as well. I don't remember if I said that, but special shout out. Again, if I've done it twice, then great. If not, then great. I did it. Have a good one, guys. I'll see ya. Bye.